Hello, my lovely friends. Welcome back to A, B, C with Gersh TV, where faith and fun combine. Oh, my lovely friends, how are you today? Are you feeling like this? Are you feeling like this? Or are you feeling like this, my friends? Oh, friends, if you are feeling like this or like this, you know the promise I'm about to make, don't you, my friends? Yes! By the end of this video, you are going to be feeling like this. Oh, my friends, I am so excited for today's video. Friends, God gave me a special message to give to you. We are going to be learning about understanding Jesus. Woohoo! And friends, I am going to start with a very special song that you know. There was a man who was God, oh, and Jesus was his name, oh. J-E-S-U-S, 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 and Jesus was his name, oh. There was a man that was God, oh, and Jesus was his name, oh. E-S-U-S, 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 and Jesus was his name, oh. There was a man that was God, oh, and Jesus was his name, oh. S-U-S, 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 and Jesus was his name, oh. There was a man that was God, oh, and Jesus was his name, oh. U-S, 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 and Jesus was his name, oh. There was a man that was God, oh, and Jesus was his name, oh. And Jesus was his name, oh. There was a man that was God, oh, and Jesus was his name, oh. And Jesus was his name, oh. J-E-S-U-S, J-E-S-U-S, J-E-S-U-S. And Jesus was his name, oh. Hooray! There was a man who was God, and Jesus is his name. Friends, we are going to be looking at Jesus, salt of the world. And friends, you're probably thinking, huh? Salt? What does salt have to do with Jesus? But my friends, I am going to teach you today that Jesus is like salt in our lives, and how Jesus calls us to be salt in the world. Look what I have. I have salt. 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 Let's look at salt. Are you ready to see the salt, my friends?
Yay!
Yay! I'm going to pour some salt in so you can see just what salt looks like. What do we do with salt, my friends? Yes, we sprinkle salt on food. Yum, yum, yum. I like to sprinkle my salt on chips because it makes it that much more tasty. I like to add salt when I'm cooking food, just like this. Can you see my salt falling? Friends, salt makes everything taste so much better, doesn't it, my friends? You will be surprised, my friends. Even in sweet food, there's a little bit of salt added just to give it that extra yummy, scrummy taste. And friends, when I think about salt and how it makes so much food taste better, I think about wonderful Jesus when he came into our lives and I accepted him in my heart. He made everything better. He made my mind better. He made my heart so much better and full of joy and happiness. He made my whole life better because he added his goodness, my friends. When we think about Jesus, we need to think about just how amazing he is and how he makes our life better. It's like Jesus sprinkles his goodness all over us, and we are better because of it, friends. And friends, I want to read you a special story from the Bible, my friends. And you will remember last time we read a book in our children's Bible called Sermon on the Mount, when Jesus preached to so many people and told so many amazing stories to teach us how to live and to be like Jesus. So friends, we know that Jesus is salt, tasty, and makes things better in our lives. And Jesus calls us to be just like him. To our friends, to our family, to everyone around us at school, at home, and at the park. He wants us to be like him. He wants us to actually be also like salt. Friends, I am going to read from one of my special Bibles to tell you what Jesus says about us being salt in this world. Friends, I am going to read from Matthew 5 verses 13. You are salt of the earth, But if the salt has lost its taste, how shall its saltness be restored? It is no longer good for anything except to be worn out and trampled under people's feet. Friends, this is such an important message. When salt is good, oh, how it makes people's lives so much more tastier and better. But Jesus is teaching us, when the salt is bad and mixed with things that are not like Jesus, it is useless. Nobody likes salt that tastes disgusting. You will throw the food away. When the salt is mixed with something that tastes awful, and Jesus is telling us we need to be like him, but pure, good, loving, and kind, to make people's lives so much more better. My lovely friends, we are called to be the salt of the world. My lovely friends, remember Matthew 5 verses 13. We are called to be the salt of the world. We need to be like salt, sprinkle goodness to the world. We need to be like salt, sprinkle goodness to the world. We need to be like salt, sprinkle goodness to the world. Just like Jesus sprinkled his love to the world. We need to be like salt, sprinkle goodness to the world. We need to be like salt, sprinkle goodness to the world. We need to be like salt, sprinkle goodness to the world. Just like Jesus sprinkled his goodness to the world. We need to be like salt, sprinkle goodness to the world. We need to be like salt, sprinkle goodness to the world. We need to be like salt, sprinkle goodness to the world. Just like Jesus sprinkled his love to the world. Just like Jesus sprinkled goodness to the world. Friends, let's be like salt and sprinkle God's love, Jesus' love, all to the world, to our friends, to our family, to everyone, by being kind, by being patient, by being loving, and by showing forgiveness, my friends. Those are the fruits of the Spirit. God wants us to have the fruits of the Spirit, my friends. So let's be like salt and sprinkle goodness to the world. Oh, my friends, I am going to now read from our wonderful children's Bible. And we are going to read the Sermon on the Mount, which means the Sermon on the Mountain. Jesus teaching amazing life lessons to his disciples and to everybody, just to be like him. I hope you love it, my lovely friends, and I will see you in the next video. Remember to be like salt and spread the goodness to the world. Whenever Jesus went with his disciples, crowds of people came to listen to him. On the Sabbath, he taught them in synagogues, but most of the time he talked to them out of doors, as the weather was often hot and dry. One day, He walked up a mountain. The people sat down so they could see and hear him. Jesus told them that those people who were really hungry to know God would be satisfied. He told them that they should be content and not worry about food or clothing. Look at the birds, he said. They don't grow and store food, but God takes care of them, and He will take care of you. Look at the beautiful flowers. They don't make their clothes. Even the great King Solomon wasn't better dressed than them. Don't worry about what might happen. Do what God wants you to do, and He will give you what you need. It's easy to love your friends, but you should love all people and be kind to those who are nasty to you. When you do someone a good turn, do it secretly and don't tell anybody about it. God will see you and reward you. When you say a prayer to God, do it quietly when you are on your own. Talk to God as you would talk to a father who loves you. Don't ask for the same thing over and over again. God knows what you need. Say this prayer when you speak to God. Our Father, who is in heaven, holy is your name. May your kingdom come. May your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us our food each day. Forgive us the wrongs we have done, as we forgive the wrongs others have done to us. Do not let us be tempted to do wrong, but save us from evil. Anyone who listens to me, said Jesus, and does what I say is like a man who builds a house on a rock. When it rains and the winds blows and the floods come, his house will stand strong and firm. But anyone who hears me and does not do what I say is like a man who builds his house on sand. When it rains and the winds blows and the floods come, his house will be washed away because it was built only on soft sand.